Popular host of anti-Trump talk show The View was just fired from set. Here's shocking reason why. If you're a frequent flyer on The View, you know that it's mostly the liberal view. The show's mostly liberal hosts have very little shame about their overtly liberal bias in all things political. They boast about their diverse guest list, but they also take a lot of pleasure in trying to rip apart the guests who are brazen enough to disagree with their loud and proud leftist stance. This is, of course, because of the mostly left-wing hosts on the show. With the likes of Whoopi, Goldberg and Behar at the helm, we wouldn't expect much else. The only primarily conservative voice to constantly speak out was from the literal right side of the screen, and it was Jedediah Bila. The often talked over and hardly ever agreed with former Fox News contributor has officially been removed from the show, however, and there's much speculation as to why. Page 6 reported Bila's exit from the long-running show. Jedediah Bila shocked audiences when she departed The View on Monday, and according to a source, this sudden departure may have something to do with Hillary Clinton. Clinton was on the show last Wednesday promoting her book What Happened, with conservative Bila calling her tone-deaf and asking the former presidential candidate a tough question. To be fair, it hasn't just been Republicans who have taken issue with the writing of this book. Some Democrats have come out as well, Bila said to Clinton. Former campaign surrogates of viewers, former fundraisers, and said, "This book puts us in the past and we want to move forward. We want to figure out where to take this party, how to succeed in the future. And this places us in the past. How do you respond to Democrats also coming out in criticism of you writing this?" "I think they first should read the book," Clinton answered. There was a lot of staff who were upset about how that interview was handled, says the source, speculating that The View wants the former Secretary of State to appear on the show multiple times. They had a lot to say to Jedediah about calming things down. "We're told that Bila was signed on for the full season, but she left on her own accord," the source adds. "There were some things making her uncomfortable behind the scenes, but she loves the cast. She seems to be looking forward to sharing her view in a world where there seems to be only one worldview. While I've personally never spoken with Mrs. Clinton, it's got to be hard to know that you're talking with someone who's such a prolific liar and keep a straight face while others defend her. Hillary has always hedged her bets by mostly shrugging off the distrust and doubling down on whatever the lie of the day is. This is infuriating for anyone who's trying to actually hear the truth. Bila is outnumbered as it is when sitting at that curved table, and with Hillary thrown in the mix, she probably just couldn't deal with the torrential downpour of liberalism that she wasn't allowed to refute." A rep for Bila declined to comment. Show reps deny Bila's exit had anything to do with the Clinton interview, telling Page 6, "Jed asked good questions during that interview, and the producers were really pleased with how she handled it." Senior executive producer Hillary St. McLaughlin, as well as its two co-executive producers, Candy Carter and Brian Tedda, sent a memo to The View staff Monday morning. "As some of you heard this morning at our meeting, we have some bittersweet news to share. Jed is leaving our show, and today is her last day. She has new opportunities on the horizon, including her new book," read the internal note, obtained by Page 6. "She's been a spirited voice at the table over the past year, asking smart questions and challenging us all to think. We want to thank Jed very much for all of her contributions and wish her great success with the next step in her career. She will always be part of the View family, and we'll welcome her back to talk about her new projects. Please join us in thanking Jed for her hard work, her dedication, and her voice at the table." So the question at hand is, what does Jed have to say about why she's leaving? As was mentioned, her spokesperson declined to comment on the events surrounding her leaving her post as the voice of reason in an otherwise leftist show. According to the Washington Free Beacon, there was more than a little proof that it had to do with that interview. Outgoing The View host Jedediah Bila appeared to give a winking nod to a report that she left the show after being criticized for pointedly questioning Hillary Clinton. "If I'm being honest with you, I felt there was some tone deafness, she said of Clinton's post-election tone. What happened last week? According to the Post, the request made Bila uncomfortable and she left the show despite still being partway through a season contract. 10 minutes after the piece went live, Bila tweeted out video of the exchange that reportedly led her to leave the show. Many observers took the tweet, which was soon deleted, as a subtle acknowledgement of the allegations in the Post piece. We might not ever know if that's why Bila left the show because, let's be honest, when you disagree with a Clinton you sometimes wake up dead, and who wants that? It is safe to say, however, that this is just about the only thing that could make The View even less worth watching. If you were waiting for some sort of fundamental change that would make the daytime TV program something worth spending your valuable time on, I would give up now. Your time would be better spent contemplating dark matter or what you see when you look into infinity, because all you'll hear on The View are a few washed-up comedians and their yes women.